everyone, my name is Jessie Long. I'm a barn committee member here at the Southeastern Youth Fair Rabbit and Chicken Barn. Today we're going to do a short introduction about showmanship. All exhibitors are required to do showmanship in our barn. And the first thing I want to talk about is choosing a bird that works for your exhibitor. Choose a bird that is the correct size and is easy for the exhibitor to manage. You also want to choose a bird that's got a good temperament, that's going to be fairly calm and docile while working with them. These do not have to be the best birds you have in your flock, but you do want a bird that is clean and presentable for the judge. To begin showmanship, you will walk behind a petition. We do not have one set up today, but there will be a petition that you go behind as an exhibitor. You will enter with your bird. See the previous video on handling for how to enter handling your bird properly. You'll walk in, and the first thing you'll want to do as an exhibitor is make sure you're in official dress. So that means for 4-H, your white button-up shirt with a patch, khaki or black pants, and a pair of closed-toed shoes. Please make sure your hair, if you're a girl, is tied back so it's not in your face during the showmanship process. For boys, it's the same. Just make sure khakis and a white button-up. For FFA, you'll have on black pants and the corduroy jacket. So, after entering, you will introduce yourself to the judge. I always recommend a good handshake, saying your name, which club you are a part of, whether that be 4-H or FFA, and you can even give a short introduction of your bird. So I would say, hi, my name is Jessie Long. If I was in 4-H, I could say, I am part of the Hands-on 4-H club, and this is my bird. You could enter a name if you have one, and he is an Old English BB Red cock, which is the technical term for rooster. So you'll begin by introducing yourself. The judge is then going to ask you to complete a series of steps. The first one usually being, can you please hand me your bird? Everything you do with a chicken should be done head first. So when you hand your bird off to a judge, you're going to want to rotate them using one hand on each wing and present them head first. So if I could have a volunteer judge come up, we're going to hand off this bird, and I'm going to show you how to do it properly. You can come around the back for me. All right, so I'm having my mom, Miss Terry Wisham, enter the frame, and I'm going to show you how to handle this bird. So from the sedentary position, when you're holding them with one wing on their back, you're going to rotate them out, and I'm going to hand this bird head first to the judge, making sure she has control, make eye contact, and I'll release that bird. Usually I would place my hands behind my back or by my side, and now I wait for the judge's question. A big part is making sure you know as much as you can about your breed and your bird. You're going to want to know what breed you have, what variety, and a few disqualifications and special trademarks of your particular breed. That can all be found in the American Poultry Association standard. If you need help finding that link, it's on our fair website, or you can contact us directly to discuss your breed. After the judge takes a look over your bird and asks those few questions, they're going to try to hand the bird back to you. Now watch, sometimes our judges will be tricky. They might try to hand this bird back to you tail first. You'll simply say, I'm sorry, but I prefer to have my birds handed head first, or I would like to, or you can just stand and they know that they're supposed to hand that bird head first. Once they rotate it around, place your hand under the bird, get good security at the wings, make eye contact with the judge before they release, and now you've got your bird back in that position. The next thing the judge will ask you to do is place your bird into the cage. You're going to take your hand out from underneath, keeping control of the wings, open your cage door, place your bird in head first, give them a moment to become acclimated. You can try to pose them according to the standard, but remember, the showmanship process is not about how your bird presents, it's about how the exhibitor presents. You will then close the door, take a step back, and look at the judge. Now this is the time when the judge is going to ask you questions about your breed, your feeding program, and any other overall poultry questions they can think of. So just remember to buff up on information about your breed and general poultry care. At the end, the judge will ask you to remove your bird. Same process, you open that door, grab your bird, removing them head first. You'll return them to that initial handling position. Shake the judge's hand, thank them for judging that day, And they may ask you if you have any questions. If you don't, at this time, this is when you would exit showmanship. One key thing I want to mention, if you lose control of your bird at any point during the showmanship process, it is not a reduction of points. Again, you want to make sure you're doing proper handling techniques, but sometimes we understand fair can be stressful. Sometimes our birds get a little more flighty. I don't want you to panic as an exhibitor. Remember, the judge is looking at how you handle yourself, not how that bird is performing that day. So, if you have any additional questions, feel free to reach out to us, but this was just a brief introduction of what the showmanship process will look like. Thank you.